Hello, we are La Mouche, and welcome behind the scenes. La Mouche is a comedy about Max, a guy who had a car crash on Route 66 and tries to explain the accident to two policemen.
We wanted to make a funny story, using comedic timing and dialogue, while being pragmatic and pushing the limits of our creativity. We also wanted to add Swedish shots like in the movie Beacon Rewind. That movie and the humor of comedians like Alain Chabat and directors like Quentin Dupieux or Michel Gondry were our main inspirations.
The acting is maybe the biggest challenge in our movie. We carefully searched for actors to match the mood we had imagined. We also shot a lot of previews and adapted the dialogue multiple times.
Most of the production didn't need VFX, so we are able to focus on the police station's creation. We decided to make most of it on set. We made it a little bit gloomy in the base of an archive room and recreate everything from scratch.
We decided to make the desert in Unreal Engine 4 because of the fast render and the large amount of content on the marketplace and in Megascan. The challenges were to stay away from video game renders and to develop a high level of detail on a large landscape, when the camera is moving forward for 30 seconds. I used the height field in Houdini to make the base of the landscape. I also created some blueprints to have procedural shapes.
For the desert, we shot only with a green screen, so I realized skiing and integration with Nuke, using Hugo's environment in the background. It was really important to carefully manage the reflection of the car.
My main challenge was to create a 3-meter fly walking on its own legs in a plausible and realistic way. At first, I created a realistic fly based on real references, then I modified it. I took some liberties with its anatomy in order to make it imposing without being ridiculous. I also created a model of a ruffled lizard. It doesn't have a big place in the movie, but we really wanted him to accentuate the jokes with the flashback shots. To model these creatures, I followed the same process, modeling in ZBrush. Then I used Marie in order to obtain a detailed displacement on my creatures, to make it more realistic with photo projection.
Another big challenge was to give a cinematic aspect for the thrill and kitsch elements in the movie. As an additional way to save time and enhance the comedy of the movie, we choose to mix a lot of different techniques.
I worked on a realistic UFO that is about 400 meters wide. The big challenge was to make its scale visible. For that, I focused on 3 levels of details. The first one is composed of relatively big elements to create the main shape of the UFO. The second level adds some elements, more little blocks to bring back a smaller scale. To finish, I used procedural opacity maps to refine everything while optimizing the rendering time. To give additional clues of the scale, I created some familiar assets for comparison.
I worked on the different simulations for the crash: airbilies, pop, and smoke simulation. My main goal was to keep the sensation of grandeur for the spaceship while maintaining a natural physical appearance. I created an HDA for my own fracture system to be able to change the look of the ground fracture or add layers on demand.
We are happy you joined us for this trip on Route 66. Thanks for watching!